Hi, I'm Father Jim Forson, and I'd like to share with you some reflections on the gospel of this third Sunday in Easter. You know, this gospel is that famous one of Jesus is on the shore after his resurrection cooking a breakfast, and Peter recognizes him and comes over to him, and the two of them are sharing this meal together. And Jesus asks Peter such an unusual question. He asks him 3 times, "Peter, do you love me?" And when you think about it, for people who have known each other for a period of time, that's kind of an unusual question for one to ask of the other. I mean, that question, "Do you love me?" that's the kind of thing that you imagine maybe little children who are unsure of where they stand with their parents. Maybe that's the kind of question that's asked by them. You know, "Mommy, Daddy, do you love me?" Or perhaps a young couple that's dating and one doesn't know where the other one is at in terms of their relationship, and they might ask, do you love me? It makes sense then. But for people who have known each other for quite some time, I mean, think of it. When husbands and wives have known each other for years and years, do they ever ask that question of each other? "Do you love me?" It would almost be an affront. It would almost be like, how can you ask me a question like that? People would know that they are loved by the way they're treated, the way they're spoken to. So, Jesus is asking Peter, not once, but 3 times, "Do you love me, Simon Peter?" And that third time, as it says in the gospel, Peter was hurt. And Peter said to him, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." Jesus asked that question 3 times intentionally because it echoes the 3 times that Peter denied Jesus in the courtyard while he was on trial, saying to those around the fire in that courtyard, "I do not know the man," over and over and over. And so when Jesus asks that question the 3rd time, understandably, Peter is hurt. So why did Jesus ask the question? Well, he wasn't trying to hurt Peter at all. But what he was trying to do was, being as Peter had done serious harm to their relationship, Jesus was restoring their relationship. He was trying to draw Peter back into relationship with him. And so he asks him those 3 times, "Simon Peter, do you love me?" Letting Peter know that they're back. They're back together. And he lets him know that because he says to him, "Tend my sheep, tend my flock." In other words, "Peter, I am entrusting to you that which is most precious to me. And you only entrust something to someone that you trust." He's telling Peter that we are back at being at one with. And now, I trust you so much, you'll take care of those whom I love. He says that to Peter, and he says that to us. He calls us to restore relationships that we have had that may have been damaged terribly, that may have ended. And boy, that's a hard thing to do, to restore a broken relationship. I mean, if somebody has betrayed you, if someone has been unfaithful in their relationship, or someone has used just ugly words, or revealed something that should not have been revealed, how do you get past that? How do you forgive somebody for that? And I don't know. Sometimes I think to myself that you cross that bridge and there's no backing up. There's no healing of that. But yet, Jesus is calling us to restore those broken relationships as he did with Peter. And I don't know how. But I do know that what can be done is I can forgive those people who have harmed me or harmed our relationship. I can do that. I can let go of all the anger or the resentment or even the sadness that can come from a broken relationship. I know I can do that. I know I can give myself toward that healing as Jesus gave himself. I know I can do that. And not just that. Jesus calls us to something else. Imagine we are in the shoes of Peter, and Jesus asks any one of us, "Do you love me?" I mean, what would we say back? We would undoubtedly say the very thing that Peter said, "Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you." To which he would say to us, "Tend my sheep." Do you love me? Well, then take care of that homeless man who's so hungry. And I know he's living on the street, and no one likes that, but we don't have to hate him. We don't have to spit on him or wish him away. Take care of him. Tend my sheep. Do you love me? Well, then care for that immigrant from all over the world that's looking to escape war or violence and looking for a place to live in safety. Tend my sheep. Do you love me? Well, then take care of that person in your family that can be so difficult, so hard to take care of, or somebody that you know is so lonely and so much in need of an act of kindness, a nice word, a pat on the back, something that would extend your love to them, that would help restore them. Tend my sheep. This is what living resurrected life means. That Jesus once again enters into our lives to let us know our relationship has been restored. Because like Peter, we have done damage to it. We have sinned repeatedly over and over. And Jesus asks us over and over, "Do you love me?" As he calls us to believe that our relationship with him, as was Peter's, has been restored. And now he entrusts to us that which is most precious to him. Do you love me? Take care of my sheep.